Hello, good people, good people, good people. Those who are in cyber world, those who are just stumbling across this wonderful podcast recording and don't know how you got here. We appreciate you anyhow. This is the God Pure Wisdom Show with one and half your host, Marcus Hart. And I got on the phone, as always, Augustus Vaughn. What's going on, Augustus?
Man, what's going on, good brother?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well, brother. How about you give us that slogan that pays the bills?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome all to the God Pill Wisdom Show, the show where you can take God's pill for his wisdom.
Indeed, indeed, brother. So we going to possibly get some strikes on our content tonight. So we looking to take a chance, man, on what's gonna happen here tonight. Because like we know when you come after the Rainbow Crew, what can happen. So and in looking at the topic, DaBaby certainly knows what can happen when you go after the Rainbow Coalition. The Rainbow Coalition does not play. They come down on you hard. They are serious about comments that are made, and I do have a little bit of like what has led to this point, to why we're going to have this conversation, to kind of share some wisdom, share some light on this situation with DaBaby, Mr. DaBaby. uh, Man, I need that brother's real name, official legal government name, because like I it's just something about calling him DaBaby that this just does not really sit well with me. But but anyhow, let's bring us to exhibit A, and you guys will be introduced to what I'm talking about here in a second. So this occurred over at Rolling Loud, um, not that long ago. So I'm gonna bring it right on in for you guys, so you guys can see that. So DaBaby was at Rolling Loud, Miami, not that long ago, and he made some comments that didn't sit well with a lot of people. And so after you hear a little bit of these comments, and parental advisory is warned. Okay. All right, here we go.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone like that. Lady, if your pussy smell like water, put a cell phone like fellas.
Lights up.
Fellas, if you ain't sucking niggas in the parking lot, put your cell phone like
Let's be real about this shit.
Yeah, keep it fucking real.
Some of y'all niggas suspect as a motherfucker. Let's be real. Lights up for Pop Smoke. Right side, I need more lights in the back. Left side, I need more lights in the back. Let's light this bitch up for
Take
Pop.
that delay off my vocal sound, man.
Oh shit. Let's switch these innards out. Baby need to hear this shit correctly.
That ain't DaBaby, that's
Oh,
my
yes, sir.
baby.
Yes, sir. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Now we go.
All right, and there it is. So again, do apologize for the language and the content, but what everybody's all up in arms about. I would be surprised. Most people, I thought it would have been like the comment about the women, but it's really the comment about the AIDS, well, HIV, and then the comment concerning gay man. So soon as this was like made it to social media, of course social media came right at him in an attempt to cancel him. So the Rainbow Coalition and all. So, brother, what is your initial thoughts concerning this, and what do you have to say, brother?
All right, man. When you're dealing with this today, you kind of have to tread lightly because there's so much litigation around these issues that, I mean, you can't even breathe, concerning these topics when these discussions are, underway. So much legalities and ways that they try to come at you for whatever you say. So you really have to tread lightly. So that's my little disclaimer for the listeners. We're not going to sugarcoat this, but we're going to put this as lightly as we possibly can when we discuss this. But saying that to say this, um, if you buy a ticket to a Globetrotters game,
Mhm.
you're not going to be expecting a fundamental, by the book, Jerry West basketball game. No, you're going to see some flips. You're going to see some circus material. You're going to see some amazing acrobats, some amazing circus material. Um, if you buy tickets to see Dr. Phil to attend one of his shows, you're not going to expect cat fights. You're not going to expect, who's the real father? Oh, that's the real daddy. Who's the real daddy? You're not going to expect that. So for someone to buy a ticket to a DaBaby concert, and you know who this is, you know where he's from, and to get disappointed that he says something against homosexuals, there has to be something wrong with the listeners. It has to be something wrong with the audience.
Come on now. You
Man,
say it ain't so.
man, if you wanted chivalry, if you wanted all the homosexual chivalry, you probably was better off getting a ticket to Lil Nas X. DaBaby is not Lil Nas X, and it's very interesting, man. It's and see, this brings me to my point. This may be a little transition for the listeners, but you guys know what we do here. I'm gonna take you guys to Leviticus chapter 18, verse 22. This is the word of God here. It says, "Thou shalt not lie with mankind, as with womankind. It is abomination." Not sin, abomination. Scripture says clearly how God feels about abominations. He hates them. He hates abomination. See? And we all know this. Homosexuals, they know this. They know that it's wrong to do what they're doing. But in all essence, I think the fight that they take up, first of all, it's a lot of spirituality into it. But I think, well, I'll get back to that on the next note. I'll address DaBaby for now. Uh, I think he's absolutely in the right. I think he has the right to say however he feels or what he knows about these issues. He shouldn't be he shouldn't be denigrated or discriminated based on just speaking his point of view. This is turning this country, because of these litigations, is going from a democracy into socialism very quickly. And socialism is cousins with communism. All right.
Right.
This is happening very fast. If we allow this to happen with subjects like homosexuality, we're not going to stand a chance when it comes to terrorism. We're not going to stand a chance when it comes to September the 11th is a couple months away. We got
Mm.
to get this stuff together. If we can't handle the homosexual issue and the LGBT, whatever their name is, issue, how in the heck are we going to deal with espionage and all the greater issues that actually deal with our safety? These third world countries are laughing at us right now. See? And I'm gonna pass the mic to you, brother. But man, this is it's very sad to know that we're letting this great country we have called America, and this great freedom that we have, that we're really abusing it to this level and letting it slip through our fingers is very appalling, and I'm very disappointed.
Brother, you hit it right on the nail. And like, man, I got to go back to just that reference you made, and like I got one of my own, brother. Like, uh,
Hmm.
like just the analogy of the baby, of who he is, of the artist known as DaBaby. um yeah, it's like me as a black man born in the ghetto side of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, USA, thinking I can go to a KKK meeting
Hmm.
and become a member,
Hmm. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
sit there and think I'm going to enjoy what they got to say.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
not going to happen,
Yeah.
But we live in America. They got a right to say what they want to say,
Yeah.
and I got a right to not be there,
Yeah.
when they're saying what they're saying, and that's why they do it in the spaces that they do it in, and
Yeah.
that's why you know I can be in spaces where I want to be and like enjoy things I want to enjoy.
Yeah.
But like you said, brother, it seems like we're going in the wrong directions, and becoming like this socialist, nation, where we think we can, censor, people for what they want to say, censor
Yeah.
people for saying the things they want to say, and censoring people for their values. First of all, this is values, this is beliefs, deep rooted beliefs. This is what we can look in scriptures and find, and people are pulled by the heartstrings by these beliefs,
Mm.
and like you want to, condemn people, for like what is, turned in their spirit to, and you say that like they're backwards. Well,
Yeah.
I'll take you to Romans 1 and 27, where it says, in the same way, the man also abandoned natural relations with women and were
Mm.
inflamed with lust for one another. Man
Mm.
committed shameful acts with other men, shameful acts,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
tell you, and receiving themselves the due penalty for their error.
Mm.
So you must be shamed if you can't take what somebody's saying and gotta say in a quote unquote free world,
Yeah.
where we free to say what we want to say.
Yeah.
Or why you shouldn't, like you shouldn't be shamed, but like
Yeah.
but you are,
Yeah.
because it's shameful.
Yeah.
Someone who's set within themselves won't be reacting this way and won't be ready to try to ruin somebody's way of making money. They talking about taking his endorsements and clothing lines, all this other crazy stuff for what?
Yeah.
Less than 20 seconds of a of a a hype routine.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he probably, he was being very creative, when he was trying to think of something to say in that particular moment. So he probably witnessed something on the way onto stage. He probably saw some, homosexual act and say, man, he probably was still in the back of his head, like, man, what did I see?
Oh man.
Because it's so widely public now, and people are to the point where people like are, coming up with quotes like "love is love" when love is not love. Love is God. You
Right.
know, so and if love is God, God says what you're doing is shameful. Even
Yeah.
even for a man to be out here as a man whore. It's still shameful if
Yeah.
if you're not taking care of business as a man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so it's not to excuse heterosexual man who's out here wild either.
Yeah.
So it's we got to do better, people. We got
Yeah.
to do better, America. And like you said, if we can't get this under control, brother, we down, we headed down the wrong path. Here
Yeah.
we going to be weakened as a nation. We never, like we as Christians, we tolerate so much, um, And you would think that like the whole nation would follow suit and and be tolerable of each other, and not, you know, take that stance of like judging people when like you're judging, you are judging
Yeah.
when you do that. When you
Yeah.
this whole cancel crap they doing is judging.
Yeah.
What do you think it is? It's judgment. Like
Yeah.
they're putting themselves in the judgment seat when they do that.
Yeah.
You know, for someone's beliefs, deep rooted beliefs and values.
Yeah.
I'd let you
That's
take the
real.
seat.
That's
Go ahead,
real,
brother.
brother. Yeah.
Because we got
Man, it's
about like 7 more minutes. Go ahead.
7 more. All right. Yeah. So, man, this is this is a lot, man. It's very sad. This is very sad. And see, in all essence, for those that are listening that may be homosexual, we're not bullying anyone. All right, we're not trying to come against anyone or trying to bully or mentally or verbally abuse anyone. All right, we love y'all. If you're breathing, if you're a person, we love y'all. Heck, there's some people out there that love their animals more than they love people.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
we love y'all. But the thing is, and the reason why we speak out against when y'all get out of line, the reason why we speak on these things is because the very thing that many homosexuals are fighting for, they're actually fighting against it, and they don't realize it. They're being used as pawns.
Right.
Um, for example, homosexuality used to be considered in the
The
when it comes
DSM,
to come again.
DSM, the mental health DSM.
Yeah, it used to be considered as a mental condition,
Yeah.
and it got ruled out. So reason why it was considered a mental condition is because the trend that caused homosexuality was some kind of trauma in that child's childhood or that person's childhood. See, and we know child abuse is at a very rapid rate. We just had an episode Tuesday about an amazing sister that went through something when she was younger, talking about bios.
Mm-hmm.
So we this we already know that's an issue. The the child abuse thing, that's an issue. And usually when most kids grow up that have underwent those issues, they usually battle with their own sexuality. And in most cases, they turn out to be homosexual. And it's not because that's the life they chose. It's because something got pushed on them. They were stripped of their childhood, and no one's there to help them. See, the cure, or I'll say the responsible response to homosexuality is not to give more freedom, to give more rights. That's the irresponsible response. And to encourage it, to put it in movies, to put it in the media, to make it look normal, that's the irresponsible response. Any other country in this world has enough common sense to see that. Us, we're really tripping with this right now. But the responsible response to help with those that are undergoing homosexuality is healing, is mental, spiritual healing. See, it's not legislation. And with all the people that's undergoing homosexuality, many of them, most of them, the majority of them have some kind of traumatic experiences that they could take back to their memory, that they could go back in their memory banks and really relive in some cases. A lot of these gentlemen and a lot of these ladies, they struggle sleeping at night, a lot of them. Hooked on drugs, hooked on intoxication in any form just to sleep at night because they haven't gotten any healing. See?
Right.
And people know about LGBTQ, right?
Mm-hmm.
What they don't know is about NAMBLA. and that's the North American Man Boy Love Association. See,
Mm.
they don't know about that. It's actually an organization based on pedophilia, and they're already bringing their ugly head through the door right now. And this was founded in 1978. See, and they just came out with they had a slogan around the early '90s called oh man, it's horrible. It's anything if it's not before 8, it's too late. That was their slogan.
Wow.
This is a organi- this is an organization that's being allowed in America. An organization that's wrapped around pedophilia. I was watching Al Jazeera. They're still trying to convict a pope that molested someone that's now 16. No, a cardinal. They still trying to convict this cardinal that molested someone that's now 16, and this happened in the early '90s. Still trying to convict him, and they're still trying to find a way around the statute of limitations to convict this guy. Still can't touch him. See, but this guy is 16. He's probably homosexual now. Probably doesn't know who he is. Probably has trouble sleeping at night. And if he comes out here, we're not going to give him any help. We're going to encourage his issues. We're going to boost it up with the sitcom of steroids, or steroids of a sitcom in the media, and all these rights. This is very sad, man. And like I said, homosexuals, we're there for you. We love you, but we're not going to encourage your pain. We're here to help you with it, and we're going to do it with the word of God.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a gay agenda, and like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very short one. I do have to move on to another recording. This is why we're cutting it off tonight. I will finish by saying this: good words from the brother Godpill Augustus Vaughn. Romans 1:32 says, although they know God's righteous decree that those who do such things deserve death. They not only continue to do these very things, but they also approve of those who practice them. So this is why we got people like DaBaby, we got other people, Ti, Boosie, people like who know. Who like, although they might not be man of the cloth, or people who are in church, or or churchy people, whatever, they was raised around it, raised around the word, or they was raised around godly and spiritual people, and they know what God's righteousness and the creed is, and and like anything that's evil in in the eyes of God, or not right, you know um like you should not approve of it. You should take a stand against it, rather it be trying to judge someone, rather it be man sleeping with man, woman sleeping with woman, things that's just not right. You don't have to approve of it. That don't mean you got to get all in their face either, and raise your war either. But you don't have to prove. You just tell them what's right, and then you walk away from it. And this is what DaBaby's doing. He's doing it in a peaceful manner. I don't think we should hang the man for that. Like he's not cussing these people out. He's not doing anything wrong. But yet you got people send them death threats, all type of stuff. So who's evil in this matter? So that's all we got for you. Shout out to North Bay Freight for all that they do to sponsor us. Check them out on Facebook at North Bay Freight, and on Instagram at North Bay Freight, and Buck Wild T-shirts. You support the Bucks? Well, you definitely going to support Buck Wild. Let's go Buck Wild for the Bucks. Bucks and 6. BuckWildT-shirts.com. And until next time, find us on Instagram at Godpill Wisdom, and don't forget to check out the Wisdom Library of Augustus V at AugustusVaughn.com. That's AugustusVaughn.com. You'll find that and much more in the episode description. And if you have any questions, of course, you can send us a direct message on Instagram, or however you're watching this. Leave a comment. Comments are appreciated. Many blessings, peace, and lots of love. We are out.